Harper Lee's To Kill a Mockingbird is a classic novel set in the racially segregated American South during the 1930s. Told from the perspective of Scout Finch, a young girl growing up in the fictional town of Macomb, Alabama, the novel explores themes of racial injustice, morality, and the loss of innocence. Scout lives with her older brother, Jem, and their widowed father, Atticus Finch, a respected lawyer. The children are fascinated by their reclusive neighbor, Boo Radley, and spend much of their time imagining ways to make him come out of his house. The central conflict arises when Atticus defends Tom Robinson, a black man falsely accused of raping a white woman, Mayella Ewell. Despite clear evidence of Tom's innocence, the all-white jury convicts him, highlighting the deep-rooted racism of the town. Tragically, Tom is later shot while trying to escape prison. As Scout and Jem struggle to understand the injustice around them, they also face danger from Bob Ewell, Mayella's vindictive father, who seeks revenge on Atticus for humiliating him during the trial. In the climax, Bob attacks the children, but they are saved by Boo Radley, who emerges from his house and kills Bob in self-defense. In the end, Scout learns an important lesson about empathy and understanding, realizing that Boo Radley, like Tom Robinson, was unfairly judged by society. The novel's title symbolizes the idea of innocence being destroyed by evil, as Atticus teaches his children that it's a sin to kill a mockingbird, creatures that do no harm and only bring beauty to the world. Characters: Scout Finch, Jean-Louise Finch. The young narrator of the story, Scout is intelligent, curious, and outspoken. Over the course of the novel, she matures and gains a deeper understanding of morality and injustice. Atticus Finch. Scout and Jem's father, Atticus is a lawyer known for his strong morals and belief in justice. He defends Tom Robinson despite societal backlash, teaching his children about empathy and integrity. Jem Finch. Scout's older brother, Jem undergoes significant character development, transitioning from childhood innocence to a more mature awareness of the world's injustices. Boo Radley, Arthur Radley. A mysterious, reclusive neighbor who is the subject of town gossip. Though initially feared by the children, he ultimately becomes their protector and symbolizes the idea of misunderstood. Innocence. Tom Robinson, a black man falsely accused of raping Mayella Ewell. His trial and unjust conviction serve as the novel's primary example of racial injustice. Bob Ewell. The main antagonist, Bob Ewell is a racist, abusive man who falsely accuses Tom Robinson and later seeks revenge against Atticus and his children. Mayella Ewell, Bob Ewell's lonely and abused daughter. Though she falsely accuses Tom Robinson, she is also a victim of her father's control and the town's social system. Calpurnia. The Finch family's black housekeeper and a mother figure to Scout and Jem, she helps bridge the racial divide in the children's upbringing. Dill Harris, a friend of Scout and Jem who visits Macomb during the summer. Inspired by Truman Capote, Dill represents childhood innocence and curiosity. Themes: racial injustice. The trial of Tom Robinson highlights the deep-seated racism of the American South in the 1930s. Despite overwhelming evidence of his innocence, Tom is convicted simply because he is black. His fate represents the systemic injustice faced by black individuals during this time. Loss of innocence, coming of age. Scout and Jem start the novel with a childlike view of their town, believing in fairness and goodness. However, the trial exposes them to the harsh realities of racism, prejudice, and injustice, forcing them to mature and see the world differently. Moral courage and integrity. Atticus Finch serves as the novel's moral compass, teaching his children about empathy, justice, and doing what is right, even when it is unpopular. He defends Tom Robinson despite knowing he is unlikely to win, showing his unwavering moral integrity. Empathy and understanding. One of the novel's central lessons comes from Atticus's advice to walk in someone else's shoes before judging them. This lesson applies to Tom Robinson, Boo Radley, and even Mayella Ewell, who is also a victim of her abusive father. Class and social inequality. Beyond race, the novel also examines class divisions. The Ewells are poor and uneducated, but still hold social power over Tom due to their race. The Cunninghams, another poor family, are shown as hard-working, but still struggle with societal status. The symbolism of the mockingbird. Atticus tells his children that it's a sin to kill a mockingbird because they only bring beauty and do no harm. Both Tom Robinson and Boo Radley symbolize mockingbirds, innocent people who suffer due to the cruelty of others. Final thoughts. To Kill a Mockingbird is a powerful novel that tackles racial injustice, morality, and the loss of innocence through the eyes of a child. Its themes remain relevant today, making it one of the most influential works of American literature.